Hello students, welcome for MEP lecture. Myself Archana Saugule, Assistant Professor from IT Department. Today's our lecture number 21. Before we will start today's lecture, we will revise what we learned in the last lecture. Last lecture of MEP is lecture number 20. In that lecture, we learned the structure of keyboard matrix. We know that keyboard matrix having the rows and the columns. So the rows and the columns of keyboard matrix is connected with the ports of 8051. We are using two ports to connect the bits of that ports to the keyboard matrix rows and column. Then we learn how to interface this keyboard matrix with 8051 microcontroller. Today we are going to learn one more chip, that is 8255. 8255 is PPI. What does PPI stand for? Programmable Peripheral Interface. So, today we are going to learn the block diagram of 8255. Then we are going to learn pinout diagram or pin configuration diagram of 8255. And the last we learn how to interface LED indirectly with 8051 using 8255 IC. So 8255 is PPI. What does PPI stand for? Programmable Peripheral Interface. So it is designed to interface the CPU, means processor, with some external devices like keyboard, ADC, DAC. What does ADC stand for? Analog to digital converter. What does DAC stand for? Digital to analog converter. So whenever we want to connect the external devices like keyboard, ADC or DAC, we will use 8255. That's why it is called Programmable Peripheral Interface. 8255 consists of three 8-bit bidirectional input-output ports. The ports names are port A, port B and port C. 8255 operate in two different modes. The first mode is BSR mode. What does BSR stand for? Bit set reset mode. And the second mode is input output mode. On the slide we can see block diagram of 8255, where we can see there is a group A control block and group B control block. In the group A control block include port A, group A, which consists of PA0 to PA7 bits. That means port A 0th bit to port A 7 bit. Then group A port C upper bits, which includes port C4 to port C7, means port C 4th bit to port C 7 bit. That is upper part of port C. Then when we go for group B control group, we can see that there is a group B port B, which include PB0 to PB7. That means port B 0th bit to port B 7 bit, total 8 bits. And group B port C lower bits, which include PC0 to PC3. That is port C 0th bit to port C 3rd bit, total 4 bits. So lower 4 bits of port C include in the group B and upper 4 bits of group port C include in group A. In short, group A consists of port A and port C upper bits. In the group B consists of port B and port C lower 4 bits. Then we can see there is a data bus buffer which consists of bidirectional data bus D0 to D7 Then it having 8-bit internal data bus which transfer the data between different devices or different units of 8255. Then we have read-write control logic which generate the different control signals which include read signal, write signal, A0, A1 and reset. Now when we talk about the bit set reset mode, that is BSR mode, it used to set or reset the bits of the port C only. In the bit set reset mode, control register having its own structure. On the slide we can see that D7 bit of control register is 0 in BSR mode. Then D4, D5 and D6, the 3 bits we are not using. Then D0 bit may be 0 or 1. Then bit D1, D2 and D3 having the different values from 000 to 111. This mode is affected only one bit of port C at a time. When user set the bit, it remains set until user will not change this value. That means user will not unset it. Users need to load the bit pattern in control register to change the bit of the ports of 8255. The next mode of 8255 is input output mode. What is the value of control register in the D7 bit? Now 1. So when the D7 is 0, BSR mode. When D7 is 1, input output mode of 8255. In input output mode, 8255 having 3 different modes, mode 0, mode 1 and mode 2. Now when we talk about the mode 0, it is a simple mode or basic input output mode. In this mode, all the ports of 8255, that is port A, B and C, can be used as an input port or output port. In this mode, inputs not possible to latch, but we can latch the outputs. This mode has interrupt handling capability, means it handles the interrupts during the mode 0 of input output mode of 8255. When you go for the mode 1, it is a handshake or strobe input output mode. In this mode, port A and port B we can use as input ports or output ports, and port C is used for handshaking signal. In this mode, inputs and outputs both are possible to latch. This mode has interrupt handling capability and signal control to match the speed of CPU and input output devices. And then last mode, mode 2, is bidirectional input output mode. In this mode, only port A can work. Port B we can only use either in the mode 0 or mode 1 of input output mode, and port C used for handshaking. That means port A we can use as a bidirectional input output port, and port C we are using for handshaking. In this case, inputs and outputs of the port A are possible to latch. So, how many modes are there in 8255? Actually, 2 modes. Which 2 modes are there? BSR mode and input output mode. Then when you talk about the input output mode, we have the 3 different modes. Mode 0, that is simple or basic input output mode. Mode 1, that is handshake or strobe input output mode. And the mode 2 is bidirectional input output mode. On the slide, we can see the structure of control register. When we talk about D7 bit of control register is 1 for input output mode and 0 for BSR mode. Then D5 and D6 bit, these are used to set port A mode for 00 and it is M0 mode. 00 means mode 0 for port A. Then for 01 means it is mode 2 and it may be 10 or 11 for the mode 2. That means M0 value of D6 and D5 0 0. For M1 value of D6 and D5 is 0 1. And for M2 value of D6 and D5 are 1 X. X means don't care. It may be 0 or maybe 1. That's why 1 0 or 1 1 indicate the M2 mode. And when you go for D4 bit, it is 1 when port A is taking input, and when it is 0, port A is sending the output. That means when we use a port A as an input port, D4 is 1. When we are using the port A as a output port, the D4 bit is 0. Then we go for D3 bit of control register. It is 1 when higher nibble of port C is taking the input. That means higher bits of port C, that is 4 bits. When we use as an input, the D3 is 1 and it becomes 0 when higher nibbles is sending the output. Means when we are using the higher 4 bits of port C as a output port. When we go for D2 bit, it tells the mode of port B. It is 0 if it is M0 mode, and if it is 1 if it is an M1 mode. That means D2 will be decided the mode for port B, 0 for M0, 1 for M1. Then when you go for D1 bit of control register, it is 1 when port B is taking the input, and it is 0 when port B is sending the output. And the last bit of control register is D0. It is 1 when lower nibble of port C, means lower 4 bits of port C is taking the input. We are using the port C as a now input port, but only the lower 4 bits. And it is 0, then lower nibble of port C is sending the output. That means D0 will be decided whether lower 4 bits of the port C we are using as an input port or the output port. If it is input means D0 is 1. If it is output means D0 is 0. Now, block diagram is over. Now we are going to see how the IC of 8255 means pin configuration or pinout diagram of 8255. What is 8255? It is a PPI. What is a PPI? Programmable Peripheral Interface Chip. When we see there are total 40 pins are there. On the pins, we can see that there are 3 ports, port A, port B and port C. Then we are having the read-write signals. Then we are having the power supply, VCC, that is pin number 26, which support the plus 5 volt power supply. It having one ground pin, one read and one write pin. Read pin is pin number 5, write pin is pin number 36. Then ground pin is 7. Then 6 is a chip select pin and the reset, that is pin number 35. Then when we go for the port A, we can see that PA0 to PA7 are the pin numbers. Pin number 1 to 4 are the PA0 to PA3. One is, it actually starts from pin number 4 to pin number 1, that is PA0 to PA3. Then pin number 37 to the pin number 40 will indicate PA7 to PA4. That means 8 bits of port A. Total 8 pins are there. Pin number 4 to 1 and pin number 40 to 37. This is sequence. Then we have the pin number 8 and 9, that is A0 and A1. Then port C, we have the pin number PC0 to PC3, the pin number 14 to 17, and PC4 to PC7, pin number 13 to 10. That is lower 4 bits of and upper 4 bits of port C. Then we have the port B, PB0 to PB7. So pin number start from PB0 is 18 to PB7 is 25. Then it having the total 8 data pins, D0 to D7. That is pin number 34 to pin number 27. All pins perform only one function at a time in 8255. On the slide, we can see the tables which will decide or select the particular ports to perform the different operations. When you talk about the chip select pin CS A0 and A1, what is the value? When CS A1 and A0 all are 0, it select the port A. Then when it becomes 001, then it select the port B. When it is 010, it select the port C. Then if you want to select the control register, what is the value of A1 and A0? 1. And the last, if there is no selections, A0 and A1 don't care and chip select is 1. That means whenever the chip select is 0 and depending upon the values of A1 and A0, that is from 0, 1, 2 and 3, they are selecting the port A, port B, port C and the control register. When the chip select become 1 and A1 and A0 become don't care, there is no selection of port or control register. Then when you go for the combination of A0, A1, read, write and chip select, then port ABC will perform the input operation or the output operation. Let's see the table in detail. Now we know that when chip select is 0, A0 and A1 is also 0, and it want to perform the input operation. That means we are performing the write operation. So value of WR is 1 and RD is 0. That means what is the combination for A1, A0, read, write and chip select? 00010, which indicate that it performing the write operation. But who performing the write operation? Port A. That is called the input operation of port A, which are using the data bus. Then there is a changes in the value of A0. When A0 become 1, WR is 1 and others are 0. That means 01010 indicate port B using the data bus to perform the input operation. Means to perform the write operation. Then again write is 1 and A1 is 1. Others are 0. That means what is the combination for A1, A0, read, write and chip select? 10010, which indicate port C is performing the write operation, means input operation using data bus. So when we talk about the input operation on port A, B and C, WR pin, that is write pin is 1 and the values of A1, A0 are changing. How it will be changing? It is 0, 1 and 2. 0 means 00, 1 means 01 and 2 means 10. If this combination is changing, it will be indicating we are moving from port A, then port B and then port C. So if A1 and A0 is 00, we are using the port A, 01 port B, 10 port C. Then chip select is all are 0 for all the port and it performing the write operation. So WR is 1 and RD is again 0. If you go for the output operation, what the changes will become? Definitely WR pin becomes 0 and RD pin become 1. And to perform the output operation, we are using the port A, okay, and port B and then port C. But if we see on the table, we can see that if we have the combination of 001 and 011 for A1, A0 and RD, we are using the port A as a output port. So data bus is using by the port A to perform the output operation, means read operation. And if we change the value of A1, A0, A1 and A0 is 10, we are using the port B. And if it is 11, it is using the port C to perform the output operation. So from the table we can understand that the chip select play very important role to decide which port we are selecting. because by default the value of chip select is 0. If it is 1 become 1, there is no selection. Then depending upon input or output operation, read or write becomes 0 or 1. If read is 1 means it performs the read operation. If write is 1 means it performs the write operation. Read means output operation, write means input operation. Then depending upon the values of A1 and A0, it's 0, 1 and 2. We are using the port A, B or C to perform the different operations, that is input operation. And to perform the output operations, there are two combinations for port A, 0, 0 and 0, 1. And for 1, 0 port B and for 1, 1 port C to perform the output operation for 8255 ports. Now next, indirect LED interfacing with 8051 using 8255 PPI. So we use a port A of 8255 in mode 0 by programming it using the pin P1.0, that is the port 1 0th bit, then P1.1, that is port 1 1 bit of 8051. So from the diagram we can see that 8051 port 2 pins are connected to data pins of 8255. Then read write pins of 8255 is connecting to the read write pins of 8051, which are nothing but the port 3 pins also. Then port A of 8255 is connecting to the LED to display the output. So 8255 is placed between LED and 8051. So it is a interfacing the LED as an output device with 8051 microcontroller, receiving its port. So what are the steps? If you are using the Proteus as a simulator or any other simulator, you have to select some specific type of the microcontroller. Here we are selecting AT89C51, that is Atmel 8051 microcontroller. Then next step number 2, we have to connect 12 MHz oscillator between the pin number 18 and pin number 19. What is the next step? Connect the two capacitors value of 22 picofarads with one terminal on either side of the oscillator and other terminal connected to the ground. Next step number 4, set the pin 31, with pin number 31 EA, enable pin to the high. How we make it a high? Connect this pin to the plus 5 volt DC source. Then next step number 5, to make the reset circuit, connect the pin number 9, that is RST pin, to plus 5 volt through a capacitor of 10 microfarads. And then connect the same pin to plus 0 volt, that means to ground, through a 10 kilo ohm resistor or potentiometer. Step number 6, connect the read and write pins of 8255 to P3.6 and P3.7 of 8051. Is the port 3 6 pin and port 3 7 pin. Next step number 7, connect the port 2 pins P2.0 to P2.7, means all port 2 pins, that is 8 bits, to the data pins of 8255, that is D0 to D7. Then step number 8, connect the chip select, reset and the ground pin to the ground and power supply pin, that is VCC, to plus 5 volt. Step number 9, connect the A0 and A1 pin of 8255 to port 1.0 and port P1.1. As a port 1 0th pin and port 1 1 pin of 8051 microcontroller. Then next step number 10, connect the PA0 to PA7, that is 8255 port A 0th bit to 7 bit to the cathode LEDs and anode, and then anode is connected to plus 5 volt VCC. So these are the total 10 steps how to interconnect 8051 with 8255 and LED. So what is the summary of today's lecture? What we learned today? We learned the block diagram of 8255 PPI. In the block diagram, now we know that there is a group A control, group B control. Then it having the port A and port C upper 4 bits. Then in the group B, port B and port C lower 4 bits. Then it having the two different modes, right? BSR mode and input output mode. Then in the input output mode, there are three different modes: mode 0, mode 1 and mode 2. Then we learn pinout diagram of 8255. How many pins in 8255? 40 pins. This having the three different ports: reset pin, chip select pin, read write pins, A0 and A1 pin, which play very important role to decide or select the ports and control registers. And then lastly we learn how to interface LED indirectly with 8051 using 8255 PPI. That's the programmable peripheral interface. For this, you have to use the book for 8051 interfacing. You can learn from Masidi book, and to prepare this PPT for today's lecture, I use one website, that's a tutorialpoint.com. That's why I put it that as a references. So this is a reference website to learn the interfacing of 8051 with 8255 PPI. Thank you. If you're having any question or any doubt, you can ask me